Wagwan and Soul family, how are we all? Beautiful souls, it's lovely to have you all here. Rise and shine and align with the divine. So Spirit has been guiding me recently to come on and do more videos face to face rather than doing these conversations just via audio format, and that's kind of cool because I really actually love being here with you guys face to face and interacting with you guys and having some kind of presence where you feel like you can connect to me on a deeper level. So in today's video we're going to talk about Ascension, the Ascension journey, and how it impacts you on a mind, body and soul level. So we'll start with what is Ascension. Ascension is essentially when you start to awaken and you start to raise your vibration and raise your level of consciousness. It's a way of saying that you're ascending from who you used to be, from the 3D, three-dimensional, physical, material sort of plane to higher dimensions of consciousness. And you become more aware of what's really happening around you. You become more aware of yourself. You become more aware of what's happening in your mind, your thoughts, your programming, your conditioning. You become more aware of your body and what feels good for your body. And you definitely become more aware of your soul and who you are on a soul level. It's like you start to discover yourself in a different way, and you start to sort of broaden your horizons and expand your mind and your consciousness to think, who am I and what is my purpose here on earth? And when I say the word purpose, I mean that in a very extensive way, because your purpose, I believe that a person's purpose is literally their entire life. Whatever you've been doing here your entire life, that's part of your purpose. There's no one specific set thing that is your purpose. For example, for myself, music and singing and dancing and healing are all part of my purpose, my greater purpose. But my soul purpose is to just exist, is to be here on this planet. I know that I came here with purpose of assisting humanity and assisting the collective at this time to raise their vibration and raise the level of consciousness on planet Earth by anchoring light within myself, healing myself and integrating the light code so that I'm able to heal and pass it on to others. So when it comes to awakening, a lot of people awaken from really dire circumstances. So I know when I awakened, it started off with a really extremely disappointing time in my life where it was very rock bottom for me, and it was kind of like, you know, the only way to go from there was up. Most of the time a lot of people awaken from pain. It's because of the suffering and they can't handle the suffering anymore, and then their soul begins to just want to crack and break free of that suffering and awaken to who they really are, and awaken to the fact that they can do absolutely anything that they want to do while they're here on planet Earth. So I'll talk more about awakening in another multidimensional conversation, but in this particular conversation I want to talk specifically about Ascension and how it's going to affect you when you're already on your spiritual awakening journey and your soul path. So the very first thing is your mind. Your mind is going to start to broaden, and all of a sudden your consciousness is going to pop and you're going to start to see things very differently to how you've been seeing them. You're going to be able to identify and become aware of things around you, circumstances, places, people, and even your own negative thought patterns that you didn't even realize that you had a habitual behavioral pattern or a habitual way of thinking about things that may have been quite low vibrational in nature. So you're going to start to really see the world from a different pair of lenses almost. It's kind of like having blurry vision and then all of a sudden getting these brand new glasses and putting them on, and now you can see everything clearly and you're like, oh my god, this entire thing is a setup. You kind of become aware of the matrix, and you kind of become aware of the part you've been playing in your life in terms of holding yourself back from the very things that you really want. And in doing this, it's actually a very powerful thing to happen to any individual, because what happens is you become conscious of the fact that if you've been operating on a certain set of programs or a certain set of conditions for your entire life, then you're able to actually reprogram that. You're able to actually affirm differently, and you're able to shift your consciousness and raise your level of consciousness based on what you do with what you know now. So some of the ways to do that is to listen to high vibrational frequencies and binaural beats, 432 hertz, 582 I think it is. You know, there's lots of frequencies out there that you can YouTube and you can find, you know, the love frequency or pure positive vibrational frequencies, and you can just play them in the background. There's also frequencies for people who are suffering from anxieties. Honestly, there's literally frequencies for everything these days. So you can type in anything that you're looking for and you'll find a frequency for it. In saying that, a lot of the music that is out there that's in the mainstream and in the media runs on 440 hertz, and that's a very low vibrational frequency. It actually lowers your vibration. So I highly recommend that if you're somebody like me who loves to listen to certain music like R&B, hip-hop, rap and stuff like that, try to balance it out with more high vibrational frequencies, because that's going to help you to stay aligned, stay in balance, and be at a neutral place. I really feel that the whole point of the Ascension journey is to realize that you don't want to be too high up and you don't want it to be too far down. You kind of want to find your alignment and your place of home. It's kind of like when you're doing yoga and you stand in Tadasana, which is the mountain pose, and you find your complete alignment, you know, balancing your darkness and your light, and allowing yourself to really have the physical experience while integrating the fact that you're a spiritual being in a physical vessel. The second thing is your body. Ascension will affect your body. Every time you ascend higher and higher, because once you awaken, you just keep awakening. There are levels to this shit, fam. There are levels to this. So as you're ascending, you may find that all of a sudden you can't eat certain things. Your body will have intolerances to certain foods. You won't be able to stomach things the way that you used to. Your digestive system might start playing up. Your immune system might feel like it's going down. You may get sick all of a sudden out of nowhere. Things that you used to be able to do and eat and handle, you won't be able to handle anymore. For example, certain types of music, you just won't want to listen to it. Your ears will just not like it. Certain type of speech, you're not going to want to hear it. You know, if anything's on the news that's all fear-based programming, you're kind of just going to want to shut it off. So your body's going to start to react to people, places, situations, and surroundings. Your body may not even like being in the same environment that you grew up in anymore. And you may feel like when you're around certain people, it gives you anxiety. You may feel really like your body kind of tenses up when you're around certain energies. People that you used to be able to be friends with and kind of tolerate, your body's not going to be able to tolerate it anymore, because your soul is now ascending to a space where the things that you used to be able to handle, you're not going to be able to handle it anymore. So for example, if people are gossiping, judging, complaining and things, and back in the day you may have actually fed into that energy, because what you surround yourself with, you become. So you may have fed into that energy, but as you awaken, you begin to unplug yourself from that energy, and you begin to realize this just doesn't feel right to me anymore. I want to go to places where it feels high vibe. I want to surround myself with people who are going somewhere in life. I want to be on a pure positive vibration, because that's where I'm going, you know. So your body will begin to react to things. So if you do start to get sick when you're awakening, if you do start to react and get allergies and you have intolerances to certain things, don't stress. It does get better with time. It's more so your body's way of trying to get you to ingest more high vibrational things like fruits and vegetables, alkaline water, to look after yourself, to remember who you are and not fall prey to what the system has been trying to get us to do, which is just eat fast food, you know, eat junk, don't care about yourself, who gives a shit, you know. This is your spirit and your soul's way of bringing you back into perfect alignment and helping you to really purge anything that is no longer serving you, so you can make space for brand new energy and really uplift yourself to a higher vibration. Apologies for the camera. This particular phone that I'm using, it's all over the joint. It's got that multi-touch crap going on with it. So if the light keeps going up and down, I really apologize for that. It's just, it is what it is, fam. And number 3, your soul is going to really start to step into the forefront. So previously, where you felt like your soul wasn't really online, so to speak, your soul is going to be jumping online now. You're going to be connected to the Wi-Fi of the higher realms and the Most High. You're going to start to connect to your higher self. You're going to start connecting to spirit, which is, you know, God, source, creator, whatever you want to call it, the universe. You're going to be able to get to a stage, and this is for those of you who really want to do the healing work, where you can actually communicate telepathically to other people. You can communicate with higher dimensional beings and galactic beings from different star races, and you may even discover that you are a higher dimensional being here on planet Earth with a really big purpose to help others awaken, and that is also part of my purpose. So I did do a video about unity consciousness and telepathy, where I did a multidimensional conversation. I will link that for you you guys up here because I feel like it will be very beneficial for those of you who do feel like you're tapping into those more psychic, telepathic and mediumship kind of gifts. But you will discover that when you're tapping more into your soul level, you will begin to awaken to your soul's gifts. So if you're a healer, if you're someone who sings, if you're someone who dances, if you're someone who is a speaker, if you're someone who is here to help people in a certain way, if you're someone who really feels pulled and called to go and volunteer and help people, you know, just be there for humanity, you're going to start awakening to those gifts. For example, back in the day, it started off for me with things like tarot. I just started reading for myself, and that's how I developed my very first business, Soul High, which is no longer in trade because now Multidimensional Productions is here. But that's literally how I was able to see into the energies, and it just came to me naturally. It was something that I feel like I've done over lifetimes and lifetimes, and that's why in this lifetime it was just like kind of, once it came online, it was just a natural thing for me. It was a natural gift. You may find that abilities that have been latent, for example, my voice was latent for about 15 years. And as I started healing and awakening my chakras and really cleansing or purifying all the gunk and all the heaviness that was in there, that's when my voice really came back online, and I was able to use my voice. And now I'm attuned to the light language. So that was something that I had taken the entire 2020 of quarantine and lockdown to really go in and go deep within and heal myself, so that I could really retrieve all soul fragments and open up to my true gifts and my healing abilities and my powers. So that was when I was able to integrate enough high vibrational energy to be able to channel and download light codes and provide light language. So light language is also something that I'm being very called to offer for people who feel drawn to it. And I feel like I will do that through these multidimensional conversations. Maybe at the end of all the conversations, I will add a little bit of light language. At the moment, I'm still getting comfortable with doing that. So once I feel like, yes, I'm ready for it, I will definitely come on. And once I feel guided by spirit, I will definitely come on and do some light language for you guys. But those are the three things that I feel, you know, mind, body and soul, how it affects you when you're ascending. And I think it's really important to know that, because sometimes when you're awakening, you can really feel, especially on a mental level, like everything is falling apart, everything is collapsing. The person you used to think you were, you're no longer that person anymore. The people you used to be able to hang out with and the groups that you used to be able to vibe with, you're just not vibing with them anymore. You may even feel the urge to just unplug yourself and just kind of go into solitude and move away from everything and everyone, just so that you can really get to know yourself. And if you do feel that way, I highly recommend you do that. I highly recommend, from personal experience, that if you're feeling pulled and called to go somewhere else, to travel, to relocate, to leave behind some people that are no longer serving, and to integrate space for new people and new energies to come into your life, then I highly recommend that you follow that soul's urge and that soul's calling, because it is always designed to help you to up level and help you to ascend even further on your journey and your soul path. So I hope this video helps you guys, and if you have any questions, drop it in the comment section down below. All my details are in the description box. If you would like to have a coaching and healing session with me, hit me up on my DMs and Instagram, or you can just email me at the email down below, and I will be able to help you guys out. So take care, stay blessed, stay high vibing, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.